So for this one, we're going to add to make another slide here. We're going to let the first one really be, oh my gosh, the sine of x minus 2. So oh, that's not a tilde, that's a minus 2. I'm going to use two colors here, one for the original graph and one for the final answer. I'm going to do the original graph in blue. I'm going to use a clear line if that's okay. So as discussed, sine starts at the origin, and the important points occur at pi over 2 intervals. So at pi over 2, where are we at? So we're in the middle, where do we go next? Up, so top. And then next pi over 2 again would be pi, so where are we now? And then down at 3 pi over 2, and then middle. That's going to keep oscillating. And then remember, sine is an odd function, so it's symmetrical to the origin. So bottom, middle, top, middle. That's just going to keep going. So in blue, we have the graph of sine. To get through this section, you want to look at the big picture, and the big picture is it's all about counting. That's really all it is. So by saying sine of x minus 2, what that says is we're going to move down 2 units. So just take every point and count down 2 units. So for instance, this point right here at negative 2 pi going down 2 units. There's the new points. And now we get to do that 8 more times. Ready? Down 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Count in your favorite language. 1, 2. 1, 2. But what I'm going to tell you is, once you get a couple points underneath your belt, notice all you're doing is repeating a pattern: top, middle, bottom, middle, top, middle, bottom, middle, top, middle, bottom, so on and so forth. It does appear that our graph has a chicken pox. It does not. It's just a lowered graph of sine. So if you would, connect the new points. So orange is our final answer. Now, if you notice in the general forms, A and B are multiplying, C and D are adding or subtracting. So since we have 2 that multiply and 2 that add or subtract, we need to define what are we adding or subtracting to. D, if you notice, adds or subtracts to the function. So when you add or subtract to the function, which coordinate is changing? The y coordinate. D does exactly what it says it is. Since D is negative 2, you're subtracting 2 from all the y coordinates. So you need to think of this 2 ways. You can think of it as graphically what's happening. You would say move down 2 units. And you also need to think about in terms of ordered pairs. In terms of ordered pairs, you subtract 2 from the y coordinates. Now, I tend not to care which way you like to think about it. However, for certain things, B and C, it's a little bit easier to think about how the coordinates are changing instead of how it's moving.